dance for joy or lust or anger, and every time you...
Welcome to Sensible Secondhand Classics, the series where we look at nostalgic and practical cars that you can buy that are over 15 years old for a budget of between £1,000 and £5,000. This is a 1998 Volvo V90 3-litre edition luxury estate. But is it any good? Should you care? Let's find out, shall we? So, the V90, the first generation one anyway, is very heavily based on the facelifted Volvo 960. The facelift Volvo 960 occurred for the 1995 model year, and the car was renamed to the V90 for the estate model and the S90 for the saloon model in about December 1996. It was discontinued, for our market at least, in July 1998, so this car being a couple of months before that, I think, is very, very rare indeed. The main differences between this and a 960 estate, or facelifted one anyway, are minor, but they're things like a better air conditioning system, a different choice of engines, and some very minor cosmetic differences. You also got electric passenger seat in this car, which wasn't available, I don't think, on a lot of the 960s. The basic engine in this was a 3-litre 6-cylinder Volvo white block engine with 180 horsepower. The other choice was one that would be familiar to any facelift 960 owner, because the majority of cars in this country came with it, which is a 3-litre 6-cylinder white block of 204 horsepower, which is what this car has. I don't need to give you any warnings about anything this, because unlike with some of the 960s, yeah, we couldn't get fit and fuel engines in one of these. So we've got rear-wheel drive, platform dating all the way back to 1982 with the launch of a 760, although by the time that this car was made in 1998, there wasn't really much left of a 760 in this. You know, they've even actually got the facelifted 960s and these V90s and S90s a carbon fibre rear leaf spring, and in this particular car it's also got neither match shock absorbers in it. Now those can be very problematic and expensive to replace if they go wrong, but in this car they're working really well. They give a nice smooth ride. This one's a little bit jiggly in some respects. We've got Volvo S60R wheels on this, which feel a little bit firmer than standard, but it's not too bad. 0 to 60 in this car is about 9 seconds, which I can well believe. They're not the lightest of things, but the thing of the turning circle on these is superb, and they're very, very, very easy to drive. The steering is quite light, a bit like a Jaguar in that respect. And these were the last rear-wheel drive Volvos. They've discontinued a little bit after the 940s. So I think in July '98 to make way for the S80. I think replaced this on the production line, although it wasn't really a direct replacement for this, because they just stopped selling the top model estates really until, I suppose, the second generation V90 came out at the end of the 2010s, which sadly isn't sold in this country anymore, unless you're, a fleet manager or something like that. Yes, very good turning circle in one of these. Just very nice and pleasant drive, very, very easy, excellent glass area. Makes a great noise, and I am very, very happy with the fact that Mr. Coleman, rubbish mechanic, who actually looks after all our cars, has chosen this as his new daily one. Previously he had a V6 Vauxhall Vectra, which you would have seen on No Budget Reviews, but I prefer this. I think this is a fantastic car. His brother used to own it previously, and he's looked after it, as you'd expect a member of a family to do. But Mr. Coleman is going to improve it still further. The car's going to go for paint quite soon. You might have seen some sort of rust and bit of scraping on the bumper and things, but that's all going to be fixed. Apologies for the wind noise, viewers. We're at the normal location that we use for filming when I come to see Mr. Coleman in one of his cars. This is a very, very late first generation V90. They were discontinued in this country, according to my information, in July 1998, and this was within a couple of months of that happening. The car does need just some cosmetic work. You can see that bumper corner needs dressing, and amazingly the front wings are rusting. It's very, very unusual for that to happen on these. Normally they don't rust really at all, but this car's probably had an accident at some point in its life. The silver on the wings is a little bit different from silver on the bonnet, so Mr. Coleman's got a set of wings for it, and that'll be done, and so will the front bumper. Headlamp wiper action, of course, because why not? And if we look at these aluminium bits here, we can see these are colour coded, these bits, which were not on a 960. But other than that, very similar looking to the facelifted ones. Got some Volvo S90 wheels on here, which are a direct swap, and they look quite good. So it's a bit like putting a Mark III Granada Scorpio wheels on a Mark II Granada. It's quite common to do that. The boot on this is actually even bigger than a 960 estate, and that's hard to believe, but it actually is. Mr. Coleman's cleared out some things in here so we can have a look. We've still got Rainbow Pooh, who's sitting there, and Pudsey, and we've got Mr. Coleman's interesting tie as well. So we can open up here, you can see that car used to be on a personal plate, which is that one's not on it anymore. He is actually going to put these rear seats in here. You could get 7 seats with these, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to put the 7 seats in. Don't know exactly why he needs them, because he's probably not your children, but that's what he's going to do. And we've got the roller blind there, and we've got this really interesting dog guard thing, because it's actually standard, and it is damp, which is amazing, really. Very good visibility of one of these, and actually the boot capacity of this, which is crazy, is 1115 litres, which is absolutely crazy. It's got more boot capacity than a 960 because the seats fold a different way. Toolkit in there. I'm going to have to sort that out in a second video. We'll just leave that for a moment. Yeah, just show the blind. This car's done over 200,000 miles, so it's not perfect by any means, but it is good. If I can just hook this around with one hand. I'm going to need 2 hands to fix all this stuff, aren't I, viewers? Yeah, I am. Oh, that's actually hooked on. Can I do that one? Oh dear, failure. Always a possibility on this channel. Wow, that was a bit of a faff, but it's done. There we go. Also, the rear wiper's different on these. I didn't realise that. But also, on this car, the rear lights are actually off a very late 940. Only somebody like me and Mr. Coleman, we can tell that, but most of you won't be able to know that. It does look very good with these wheels on it. One thing about these, which is different from... Oh, there goes Mr. Coleman in his 940. There you are, viewers. Another car we filmed at this location at some point last year, I think it was. Interior door handles on these cars are different from the 940s, and actually in the back they're fine, that's how they should operate, but the driver's one, yeah, that's not the same, not in the same condition. Ultra luxury, lots and lots of real leather, and you can see here, that is why you get more boot space in a V90 as opposed to a 960, because you can fold the squab forward like that. Right, let's sit in here. These cars never are quite as commodious as they look in the back from the outside. You beat your knees there, it's okay. Your headroom's absolutely fine though, it's massive. There's like a step in the roof, you can sort of see there. But it's alright. I mean, if the passenger put forward their electric seat, I would have a bit more room, but that's not the way it is. Because this is the Edition luxury model, we've got this very, very nice sort of Alcantara and leather upholstery. Lots and lots and lots of wood. Electric rear windows, of course. One thing I don't see is like a vent for the rear passengers. We do have these speakers. It is a 12 12 speaker system in this car, which is utterly bonkers. Got nice central sort of courtesy light in here. Got little rear courtesy lights here. Of course they work, because this is the standard we're talking about. And do we have the child seat in here? No, it's just the armrest. You could get a child seat as well for this. Yeah, I like it in here. Have you got anything in the ashtray? No, that's nice and clean. Proper Volvo rubber overmats. And lots of wood. We do like lots of wood on the interior in this channel, don't we, viewers? And we've got a sunroof that is tinted. Very nice. Right. Yep, that's the problem with these facelifted 960s and V90s and S90s, is that all goes all floppy. It's not as bad as the last 960 Mr. Coleman had though. I'm just going to prop this door open. It's trying to blow itself shut, and I don't really want my leg caught in that door. That's not going to look very good. Control there for the electric sunroof. Actually, some of this which is very similar to my old C70. There's the headlight control, fog lights, and rear wiper control. Cruise control on this car. Centre console's very slightly different, this from a 960. Heated seats. They're winter and sport and economy mode. We really only need to go in economy. We don't really need the sport mode at the moment. It's got 200 horsepower as it is. Climate control. Then yeah, we've got graphic equaliser, CD and take deck, aftermarket parrot kit, and you can see clearly there that with the rear heated window you get heated mirrors as well. So lots of things. There you go, the door's closed itself, that's why I was careful. The only thing you don't get is a passenger airbag, and this sort of really probably shows the age of this design, parts of which date back to 1982 when the 760 was introduced. Funny kind of aftermarket alarm with a glass brake sensor on there. And then we've got oh, yes, we do have working courtesy lights for the vanity mirrors. See if you get me secret mission documents in there. I doubt it somehow. No. It was going well, wasn't it, viewers? We do have door bins very much bigger than the ones on a 940, because they don't have the same interior door handles at all, as you can see here. But it is probably more convenient to have larger door pockets, and also the switches for the electric windows over here and the electric mirrors. Got normal handbrake here, and there looks like grooves for tape storage. Fabulous. What more is it that you need in life? Okay, let's have a look under the bonnet, shall we? So here it is. A 3 litre, actually it's 2.9, it's badged as a 3 litre, Volvo 6-cylinder white block engine generating 204 horsepower. 20V valves. It's the 6-cylinder version really of the engine that's in my S40, but obviously larger and more powerful. You can see some extra things in here. The cruise control slightly different, so's this air intake system, and then we've got a system here that actually allows the engine to run more efficiently on cold days. You can see that sort of that pump sort of there whirring into life if it was sort of -2 outside, which of course in Sweden it might well be. ABS pump in there. One really common rot area on a facelifted 960 and a V90 is the battery tray. This car's actually had one put in from a limousine, funnily enough. That's been welded in by Mr. Coleman just down there. But yeah, cam belt is right there. It's not as easy to do as on like a 240 or a 940, but it's relatively easy in comparison with some cars. And of course, under here it's all spotless, as you'd expect of a car owned by Mr. Coleman and his brother who had it before him. Right, let's shut this bonnet. Yes. I think it's time to go for another drive, viewers. One thing this car very much reminds me of is going back 5 years when it was exactly the same time of year we filled Mr. Coleman's then current daily car, which was a 1995 Volvo 960 estate, also with this 3-litre white block engine and the automatic gearbox. It wasn't actually in nice condition with this, and this being the edition luxury model has even more standard equipment in it. The edition luxury was like a special edition, sort of run-out model for the V90 for the last year or so of its life. You could get the standard V90 as well, you could get an SE, you could get a CD, but this was the sort of bee's knees, really, and would have cost an awful lot of money. The 960s, the first one anyway, came with a 45-page options list. I don't know about these. I mean, this is just probably all the boxes ticked. And at 219,000 miles, it's still running really well. The engine is sweet as anything on these. Obviously, these old Swedish-built rear-wheel drive Volvos were known for travelling high mileages, and this certainly has, but it doesn't feel it at all. It's such nice cars to drive, sort of reminiscent in a way of a BMW 5 Series, in the way that you know, it's a big rear-wheel drive, often sort of 6-cylinder car, and yet it's just very easy. It's not intimidating at all, and you could just cruise in this all day without any real difficulty. I liked the 960 back in 2019 when Mr. Coleman used to have it, and that's actually one of the most popular reviews we've ever done on the channel. But in some ways, I like this car even more. And as a member of the Volvo Owners Club, I am probably not surprised about that statement. But there we go. I never said this was an unbiased channel today. So viewers, should you consider a first generation V90 or S90 as a sensible second-hand classic for your hard-earned budget of up to £5,000? Well, I don't see why not. I mean, you've got to find one of these first, and the 960s are quite rare anyway. These cars, which were marketed over here for just over 18 months, are practically non-existent now. But I really like this. I mean, I'd prefer like a dark green and a beige leather interior, but apart from that, it's fulfilling all the needs that I would ever have for a car, and more. Certainly, as a daily car for Mr. Coleman, I think he rather likes it, and so do I. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again very soon for some more reasonably priced nostalgic motoring.